the body keeps the score. Sometimes when we're in a certain environment, whatever that environment is for our body, if it's an old environment because I'm a new person, those old emotions will come up. My inner child, the younger Eric. When I thought about it, I was like, wow, the younger me is coming up. And I felt my time there because I went to see everybody. I'm driving around trying to see everybody and make my rounds. I dropped back into that little boy who was sad as a kid and all he wanted was love from his family. And I felt myself in that pattern of exchange of giving, showing up, seeing people, giving money. And I'm like, am I buying love? Because I felt the need, if I feel like I can give money, I will give it. But I was like, am I giving it from a real place, or I'm giving it from a place because I want love? Spiritual Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Bigger. Today's episode is going to be dedicated to my healing journey and how a trip back to Baltimore around Easter weekend literally healed and changed my life forever. My mom used to always say, make sure you don't tell your story too soon, son. And I said, Mom, when are you going to tell your story? Sometimes we go our whole life and we don't tell our stories. There's a book by Peter Gerber called Tell Your Story to Win. And I do believe stories move people, they heal people, and they help people get to the other side of themselves. Today, before we get into the story, I want to say shouts out to Simplify Impact, my podcast team who helped me with all my podcast episodes, my social media, my YouTube, so you can hear and feel the spiritual fitness vibration podcast through your ears, through your TV, television, or wherever you watch this podcast. And thank you for all the people who has subscribed and download and shared my episode. I would love your feedback. Reach out to me on YouTube, reach out to me on Instagram, and let's connect. Also, if anyone out there looking for mentoring, one-on-one coaching, consulting, sign up for a one-on-one intentions call and see if we're in alignment and I can help you be your best and most authentic self. Also, Miracle Season, go to itsmiracleseason.co and get you 50% off of your merch of anything you order using a promo code MSEASON, all caps, MSEASON. Get your merch, get your discount, and become a miracle in your life, because every day it is your miracle season. So let's get to the story. Shouts out to my alma mater, Hampton University, Ken Williams, Christian Walker, Ethan, Mr. Hampton, Fred Scott, who hosted the event, everyone at the Hampton Men Initiative. Last Tuesday, I got notified that there was a Hampton Men's Initiative dinner for over 200, 300 men who will be dressed up in suits, and we'll be talking about topics of mental health, spiritual health, all the topics and challenges and changes that men deal with throughout the campus, throughout life. Ken Williams wanted to fly me in for me to talk to the young men about mental health, spiritual health, and just overall well-being. So I did the event at Hampton. We've probably had over 250 men dressed up in suits. But the main thing for us to guide the young men that was at the dinner about how to deal with depression, challenges and changes, being a man, becoming a man, and tapping into their masculinity. And I feel like this year, with all my experience, all my challenges and changes I've grown through as a man, I can help more men, even young men, tapping more into their heart space for their emotional, mental, and spiritual health. So it was a great conversation. We touched on a lot of subjects, spoke about my healing journey, from pain to progress, from pain to purpose, and my journey of having public success, growing up, and all these things that I've endured in my lifetime. So that was great. I was on such a high. I was so happy. We had a great event. And I was thinking, let me go home to Baltimore. Let me see family. Let me visit family. Let me connect. I haven't been home since last June. And I just been feeling the urge, like I need to go home. I want to go home. And I've healed so much in these last few months. A lot up from like my ancestry, lineage, mother wound, all these things. But I really miss being home, being around my family. It's everybody. I just want to go home. Sometimes I get a little homesick. We probably closed out at like 9 p.m. that night. I got into Baltimore at 12. So my mom, we had lunch, we had a good time. We had some sushi right there on the waterfront. The next day, I was able to see my aunt, my grandmother, spend time with my dad. Like, it was really, really a great time. Sunday hits. My sister had texted me that she's getting baptized. I was like, I can show up to the baptism. Her and my nieces are getting baptized. So I went and everybody was there. And it was a bit emotional, I would say, from my lens. It was a bit emotional seeing my sister. She's been through so much in life and so many challenges and so many changes. And our relationship hasn't been as close for a lot of reasons I won't discuss. Well, I've been praying for her. I love her. She's building out her family unit, and she's just grown as a woman. And so I respect people's space and boundaries. So to see them to go in that water, to dump their bodies and heads in that water and become reborn, a resurrection, it was emotional. I really felt a lot, and I felt happy that they were stepping closer to the God they know and the God within, that they're in this new texture of life or wanting to become better. She wants to be a better mom or a better woman. And the family came out. I saw everyone there that I needed to see, had some great conversations. So I realized going back to Baltimore, I'm just not the same person. I'm not the same Eric that they know. My frequency is different. My vibration is different. I'm different. I've changed so much. I have newfound love in my life. I healed from a lot of trauma and pain from my childhood. And I'm just different. Just a different being. And it's great. And I realized some of the conversations we were having not only triggering, really didn't serve a higher purpose for anyone. Some of it was, I feel like, a distraction, also revealing. And now that I'm more aware, more open, I can see the trauma in my family energetically. I can see the trauma within my family in general. And it's sad. It hurts. I talked to my uncle and he's like, man, you seem like you got a lot on your mind and you get something off your chest. I'm just tired. It's been a long month. April's been busy. It's been good, but I'm just tired. And I was jet lagged. Baltimore was 3 hours ahead of LA. I was speaking, just traveling and moving through life, but also moving and walking into the energy of family. It wasn't that it was heavy. I just think old wounds came up that I didn't know was still there. And this is why I try to tell people healing is so important. Your lineage, where you come from, your mom, your dad, even before them, how they think and how they operate. What I wanted to say was that the body keeps the score. Sometimes when we're in a certain environment, whatever that environment is for our body, if it's an old environment because I'm a new person, those old emotions will come up. My inner child, the younger Eric. When I thought about it, I was like, wow, the younger me is coming up. And I felt my time there because I went to see everybody. It was a lot. It took a toll on me, but I think unconsciously I dropped back into that little boy who was sad as a kid and all he wanted was love from his family. And I felt myself in that pattern of exchange of showing up, seeing people, giving money. And I'm like, am I buying love? Because I felt the need, if I feel like I can give money, I will give it. But I was like, am I giving it from a real place or I'm giving it from a place because I want love? What I discovered was the old energy popped back up in my consciousness and my body. I dropped back into like my younger self. And I was doing all these things, which were great. I had great experiences with everybody. When I was burnt out, I was like, I'm burnt out because I'm giving from a place I want love. So let me take care of everybody. Then nobody was taking care of me. And they wasn't aware of it. It's nothing they didn't do. There's nothing they did do. This is all my program, all my healing taking place. I processed that Monday morning. I had woke up and I realized I did all that because I wanted love from my family. And that was the younger me, the younger Eric, the child, the kid who wanted love his whole life. And my spirit told me, like, it's over with. It's time. This is the death and the rebirth of your younger self, and you going into your newer, most authentic, higher self, older self. And that love, you don't have to look for that anymore. You don't have to expect that. You don't have to anticipate that. You can release it and bless it. And I also feel like it was a bit of grief because it felt bad. Like I got to leave this version of myself here, resurrection, Easter Sunday. And it was transformational because I had a real deep conversation, a heart to heart with my cousin. And he was just like, just tearing up. He just seems so sad. I see the little boy in you. I mean, I think I deserve to be sad. I mean, this is how I feel. I don't want to run from my sadness or act as if I am that I'm not. And because in the past I would, I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm right. I needed to feel that grief. The younger boy in me is, I can no longer be loved from him no more. That's past due. And a lot of it has to do with the frequency I'm in and the evolution of my soul and the things I've moved through and awakened in my being. Sometimes you go above and beyond what anybody thinks in a family, and they can't love you because they don't even know this version of you the way they do. They just know that you're Eric and we love you and we see you, maybe not the way you want us to see you, and that's okay. So I say all that to say, people, is that sometimes we got to let go of old past, old ways of thinking, old expectations, and old paradigms. So that paradigm of younger Eric, the little Eric, had to die. The new me had to form and transform into this higher version. And not that I'm not going to love them the same, I'm not going to be there for them, but I feel like I was holding energy for my family to get something in return. I feel like I kept it tucked deep in my soul and was just ready to receive it when I can get it. It's okay. It's all right. And you can move on and you can progress ahead. So it was such a beautiful weekend. A lot of transpired, and I'm a new version speaking here today. And I'm so thankful for that journey. I'm so thankful for that sadness. I'm so thankful for that grief. I'm so thankful for the trauma I had to grow through and heal through to be here today to speak on you. If you're growing through something or going through something, it's never there for no reason. It's there to make you better, to improve. And sometimes you just outgrow family members, outgrow people, outgrow situations in a certain ways of thinking and being, and it's okay. My message to anyone out there that's has family matters that might be tough or uncomfortable, kind of sit with it, reflect, be intimate with it. Don't push it away. Don't suppress it. It's something that's forming in you that wants to come out. And sometimes it's heavy. And sometimes it's sad. And sometimes it's overwhelming. And sometimes it might not be what you want, but it's everything you need. And I didn't anticipate to have that feeling when I went home or that moment. It felt good to move through that and be on the other side of that, speaking to you today in this episode. Just wanted to share my truth. I want to be a little bit vulnerable here on the podcast and share this personal story because I don't want people to ever think that I don't grow through anything or go through anything. I'm constantly healing, constantly evolving so I can be the best version, not only for myself, for the world I serve and for you and for the people who tap into my energy. And I just want to be great. I want to be the better than I was before. And I want to evolve and I want to continue to heal and I want to focus. No more distractions for me with family or things that I thought I needed in that realm. And it's all love. It's miracle season, guys. Thank you for listening to this episode. Share, subscribe, like the Spiritual Fitness Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend and build with me. Comment on this episode, DM me on social media, and I'm sending you all love and gratitude. So it is. I'm out. Peace.